In today's Ask Eric Wong MMA, I'm going to talk about one little known secret to developing endless cardio. It's a new watch I got from an athlete, a client of mine, I guess, Amanda Galley. She's a young amateur boxer, and she just won a big tournament in the States down at ringside this past weekend. She hooked me up with this sick watch. I've never had a nice fancy watch like that before, so thank you very much, Amanda, if you're watching this. Really appreciate it. And she works super hard. She trains at All Canadian Martial Arts at Mississauga with Shihan Vito Brancaccio, and anybody who can train with that guy is a warrior. And if you can deal with his intensity, you could soak up a ton of knowledge. So shout out to those two, props to those two for an amazing job done down there. Today's segment, I got a question from Steve on my webpage at EricWongMMA.com/ask. That's where you can ask me any questions. So if you got any questions about training, nutrition, strength and conditioning for MMA, just let me know on that page, hit me up. And I got the question from Steve, and he's talking about how he's always been told to relax, but when he gets into the ring or the cage, sparring and whatnot, his shoulders tense up, he gets really stiff, and he starts to get into almost fight or flight mode. Now that's a huge thing, and that goes to what we're talking about today, the little known secret to endless cardio. Now this past weekend there's the UFC on Fox with Machida versus Bader, as well as Mauricio Shogun Rua versus Brandon Vera. And in those two fights, you can really see the difference between guys who are really relaxed and who fight under control and in a really calm manner versus guys who are tense and really kind of throw hard and with a lot of might and tension behind their strikes. Now if you want to check out Machida, check out this little clip here. Look at how loose his arms are. He's just really shaking them out. He's almost using these little feints, these little movements just to loosen his shoulders up, keep his body super loose and relaxed. And that's one of the reasons why he's so fast and one of the reasons why he doesn't get tired. I mean, he's not exerting any effort. He's not doing anything with tension. When your muscles are tense, you don't get any blood flow. And without any blood flow, you're going to tire out. Your muscles are going to get into an anaerobic state, and they're not going to get the oxygen that they need, and you're going to fatigue, you're going to gas out essentially. Now if you look how he throws his strikes, he throws them with speed and power, but with relaxation as well. He's not trying to muscle through them and like he's trying to push something heavy, like push open a really heavy door. He's just kind of whipping it out there, throwing it and connecting, and that's why he's so fast. He might not have, the same knockout power, but with that kind of speed and the right timing, well, you see what the results are. Now if you look in the other fight, the Brandon Vera versus Mauricio Shogun Rua fight, they're a lot different. They look a lot different when they throw strikes compared to Machida. They're a lot more tense, they're a lot more rigid. And I wanted to show one little clip here. You can see Brandon Vera, he's on the ground, and this is in the, I think, third or fourth round. He's really tired. He's slowed down a lot compared to the first round. And look at something right here. Look at his breathing rate, how fast he's breathing in and out. Now his breaths are super shallow and they're rapid. If you count them over 10 seconds, you can look at that clip on your own, but I counted them over 10 seconds. And in 10 seconds, he took about 12 breaths, 12 or 13 breaths or so. And that is a breathing rate of 60 breaths per minute or more. 60 breaths per minute or more is hyperventilation. And when you're hyperventilating, a couple bad things happen. First of all, you're not breathing down into the lower part of the lungs, and in the lower part of the lungs is where you can absorb more oxygen, down in the lower lobes of the lungs. That only happens when you take deep breaths, full breaths, especially when you breathe in through the nose. Now, another bad thing that's happening is when you're taking short breath and rapid breaths like that, it's kind of activating the fight or flight response of your nervous system. And your fight or flight response of your nervous system, it can dump a lot of adrenaline into your system and give you a little short burst of energy. But once that goes, you're toast. And when your nervous system is toast, then it's over. You can't activate your muscles as powerfully, and as rapidly, so you noticeably slow down. So it's not just the lactate in your muscles or the H+ ions for any of you science geeks in your muscles that's inhibiting the muscular contraction. It's also on a central level from the nervous system, because the nervous system is basically tweaked out. When you're rapidly breathing like that, that's how people breathe when they die. And that's not what you want to do. You're not dying. You want to be relaxed and focused so you can react and adapt to what's happening in front of you. Another thing you could see, actually, Vera, is it does the same combos, the same things over and over. And that's a sign of being in an oversympathetic state. When you're in that state, you can only do the same patterns over and over. You have no ability to change or adapt. Whereas you can see a guy like Machida or Anderson Silva, they're super relaxed. They can kind of look at you, learn what you're doing, and then adjust their game on the fly to take advantage of whatever they see in the moment. And that's the key. And that's what brings us to this little known secret to endless cardio. It's simply to learn how to breathe. If you can learn how to breathe under duress, learn how to deep breathe under stress and heavy exertion, that's going to help you improve your cardio drastically. So if you're doing your intervals, as opposed to panting in between intervals, focus, breathing, think about expanding everything down here. Lower ribs, stomach, out through the sides, out through the back. There's different types of techniques that you can use for breathing, but basically it's just to expand everything, different areas, as opposed to just when you're breathing in deep, raising up the shoulders and raising up high using these accessory muscles where you're only getting, the top half of the lungs expanding through here. So one exercise you can do, do it after an interval, when you're resting or in between sets of some exercise that makes you breathe heavy. Grab around your rib cage with your fingers, with your hands, and expand it like in 360 degrees basically. Not just out this way, but out wider and even out the back. So when you practice that, that's going to help you to get oxygen, air deeper into your lungs, help you expel more carbon dioxide, and it's going to help you to relax your nervous system so that you can activate it again later on when you need it. So you're not always tweaked out, and then your nervous system, it's just like anything else, it gets tired. If you're always at a super high level of activation, like you've had 6 coffees, you know what the crash is like. You go right down. Well, if you're in a fight and you're not breathing, or you're panting, you're hyperventilating, same idea. Your nervous system's going to get fatigued and you're going to gas out. Not only on a muscular level from all the work you're doing, but on a central level through your nervous system. Okay guys, so that's my little known secret to endless cardio. It's to learn how to breathe, learn how to relax. That's it. You can do all the cardio you want all day long, but if you don't have those two things in a fight, you're not gonna benefit from all that cardio you've done. That was my segment for this week. Steve, hope you enjoyed, and all the rest of you guys, hope you enjoyed it as well. Hope you got something out of it. Again, my name's Eric Wong from EricWongMMA.com. Hit me up with subscribe and you'll get all these videos. I'm gonna be pushing out a lot more workout videos, nutrition videos, stuff like that. So make sure you subscribe up above so you don't miss any of this fantastic content. All right? So thanks for checking me out. I'll talk to you guys next time.